Rhyanna's community. And I'm bringing you what I mentioned before. First was the handstand foundations and conditioning workout, and now it's towards press and more advanced movements workout. So if you haven't done the first workout on Rhyanna's, please check it out. And if you're building your core, there's so many wonderful core workouts from other trainers there too. One of the things I love about handstands is that anything you do for handstands links into back bends, links into splits, links into the handstands as well. So if we look at it, for example, if I am here and I am doing a handstand press straddle, this is my straddle on the ground. So when I come down, and I'm just going to come down and turn around into that straddle, I have to come down and I have to open my legs, just like I did in my handstands, but pull my ribs in, push my glutes back, open my chest. Then if I wanted to come down into a pancake, I have to lengthen on out, and then I have to twerk my glutes a little bit up so I can open my legs through activation of my glutes. So everything I do in handstands links in to everything. With my ability to get an overhead extension without my ribs popping out but keeping my chest open, that also links into back bends. The back bends require this exact same movement in a lot of positions like bridge pose. So if I work on one thing, what I love about it with handstands is it ripples effects into other parts of my practice. Even if you aren't getting to a destination, like you don't have a handstand press yet, but you may find that you may be working towards the handstand press and you're also benefiting your straddle splits. You may be working towards a straight line handstand and you're also benefiting an incredible bridge pose that feels more comfortable, more strong and more active rather than overwhelming. So this is the great thing about handstands. Not only is it working the core in the notion of let's have a six-pack core, but it's working the core as in the full 3D core. It's working the core front, back and side body. Then it's working the core where it connects leg lines, lifting the legs, opening the legs, and shoulders, flexibility, and also all of the other things that you need to use in handstands. They all come into a harmonious practice of your whole practice growing. So in this practice, I love it because it's a little bit more fun than your traditional core workout. So some of the moves that we're going to work on, for example, a lot of us tend to work in a straddle format and we do lifts up like this, and we might do a V-up in a traditional core or straddle. And so this one works with the ability to practice your firefly, but without your legs on your arms. So here is a firefly pose in yoga. But I'm resting on my elbows. This time I'm going to take it off and I'm going to rest here on the outsides of my legs, pulling away by opening my glutes and pushing down through my arms. This also is a link in between the leg lifts, which you use in press, you'll use in shoulder press. And so we're going to put that all together. And here's an example of one movement that puts it all together. You lie on down here, on your back, and you have your legs open wide, and you lift up, so you have to roll up with a little momentum. If you don't get up, practice this move first. And then from there, you're going to push up, and you come back down, and you roll up, and you push up, and you come back down. This is not only going to work your core, your arm strength, but it's also going to work those gnarly leg lifts that we often feel like quads are on fire, but they are also quads on fire for a reason. Quads become on fire because we don't suck them into our hip sockets. And when we don't suck them into our hip sockets, our glutes are not active. So this helps us to teach us how to activate our glutes, to pull our legs apart, to create a strong leg line, to be able to press up. So when we are pressing up in space, for example, we are here. If we are to do a press and I go from a firefly, this is an active. Now from here, to get my leg off the ground, I have to have my hands fully flat. I'm going to push up in the knife edge here and push up in the knife edge here. So you've got this very active movement, and that active movement is your leg lifts. Here is your leg lifts here is your straddle pancake ups and downs here. So it's so cool with handstand work when it comes linking into core, because it all links in to patterning and embodiment in your practice to be able to give yourself a more embodied practice. And that means that as you move along in your life of any movement you do, you won't be thinking as much as the beginner mind. You'll be simply like when you are walking, just going through the motion. You don't think about how your legs have to steady you, how your core has to be engaged, how your glutes are working like you did when you first started working. And this is what this workout will do for you as you build more consistency, build the skills up, and then you go into more advanced practices. So have fun with it, okay? And remember, handstands are about not only being strong, being flexible, they're about patterning. So patterning is so important. For example, another drill we're going to use is we're going to do press work here. So we're going to have a block that is hooked in between the knee and the ribs. And that block is hooked in so that we can have great compression. The other thing is that often when we're doing press work, we grunt up and groan up. We think our hips must go up. But the notion of press work is this. Your shoulders must push up and back so your hips come up. Okay? Your hips aren't the first thing to come up. They come up as a side of the patterning, from your shoulders pushing back and up, your hips unravel and come up. Now, if we're doing it by, a lot of people do it by just the stress of chest strength and shoulder strength, eventually we will get injured, or we're just using so much unnecessary energy. So this drill helps to work in patterns. What you do is you place the leg here where the knee comes into the chest and the block is engaged here in between, okay? You're going to place the other leg on the top here, and you're going to think of it as a scale. So the scale is here even, the water is heavier on this side, so your head goes down and your glutes go up. From here, then we start the press pattern of just the shoulders, pushing the hips all the way up. So you're playing your hands here, and you push up. You see how my shoulders push back? And then I come down, still keeping my bottom higher, and I push up. And this is going to pattern in, rather than just doing this and pushing up, which is a plank position, you're using your shoulder girdle to push up and give you the patterning to come up. So I look forward to you joining me and Rhyanna through our workouts here. It's a lot of fun teaching, and also as a teacher I'm always learning from other practitioners, which I love immensely. Everybody has a different teaching method, everybody has amazing different cues, so there's always something for everybody here at Rhyanna. I look forward to you joining me. Remember, there's one workout already up, which is the core workout, and the second workout here is the press workout, which will, this one, inevitably grow your practice even further. And remember, if you can't do everything but you can do some, it's about where you start. This practice is a 10-year journey for me, and I'm always learning, growing, falling short, regaining skills. It's never static, or it's never just the same thing. It's always like a heartbeat, and that's what life is, a heartbeat, up and down. And if it's going up and down, then you're on a wild adventure of always learning and growing, which is the best place you can be in life. You never get bored that way. See you soon.